All right. So, hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Hurwitz. I'm an employer relations assistant at the Stony Brook Career Center, and I'm joined today with Gabby. Hi, Gabby.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Gabby, can you kick us off by introducing yourself and your role within the company?
Of course. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Gabby. So I'm a talent acquisition partner at McCann Health Medical Communications. So McCann Health Medcoms, we're part of the larger network of McCann Health, which falls under IPG Health. So it's definitely an exciting time. IPG Health was established by our holding company, Interpublic Group, a few months back. And it's definitely exciting because they're essentially just really investing a lot into our business. And because of that, all our agencies are growing and we're hiring. So it's definitely an exciting time for us. And McCann Health Medical Communications specifically, we're made up of four agencies. So that's Codex, CMC Connect, CMC Affinity, and Complete Health Vision, also known as CHV. And across the four agencies, we're about 550 globally. Most of our team is based out of the UK, US, and Canada. And we've definitely been expanding a lot of our hiring in North America specifically. So that's also why I came on board. So it's definitely been an exciting time. And so this fall I've definitely been really tapping into, university recruitment and, specifically diversity as well. So yeah, happy to be having this chat.
Wonderful. Yes, very happy to chat with you today, Gabby. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And you touched upon recruitment. So, curious to know what types of roles will you be recruiting for at the upcoming diversity event on Friday?
Yeah, definitely. So I would, really put a focus on two roles that we have open, which are associate account executive, which is part of our client services team, and then our associate medical writer role, which is part of our scientific team or medical team. So essentially, those are both part of our early careers program called Fuel, which stands for Future Experts and Leaders. So it's a program that was launched earlier this year, and we've already hired over 70 people into the business under Fuel, and we really expect that number to double next year, and even expect some more hires to come in this year. So it's just really great. So essentially, people go through the whole Fuel interview process. And at the end of that, they're aligned to one of our four agencies. And so they get placed on an account and do the work they have there in their day to day with their team. But at the same time, they're going through Fuel as well. So they get placed into a cohort, which is made up of people, starting in those similar roles, any early careers role. That are starting around the same time. So they get placed into this cohort, they receive a mentor, but they also attend training sessions together. So, really having that training on top of course, their day-to-day responsibilities, but also just more about our industry in general. A lot of people aren't too familiar with medical communications until they join us. So they really receive training on, introduction to medical communications, on our business, what does McCann Health Medical Communications actually do? They get to meet with business leaders. So it really is great exposure for them. So they get to attend these training sessions together with, and they meet people from different agencies that they probably wouldn't have met otherwise. And at the same time, also, of course, get training on their specific roles. So for example, an associate medical writer would get, training on, how to write a proper manuscript or an abstract, and an associate account executive would get, more of an introduction into billing. So it just depends on the role. But so for the associate medical writer, we do require a science degree. Part of the reason why we wanted to, of course, tap into Stony Brook's talent, because we know you guys have, a lot of people majoring in that, a lot of students. And then for our associate account executive, it's definitely, we're open to a little bit of a broader background. So it could be someone, with a science background that might want to go into more client services, or just someone that, completely outside of science, but, is interested in medical communications. We're open to that as well.
Wonderful. And kind of piggybacking off that, you had mentioned what kind of candidates that would be optimal for those roles. Are there any specific school years that would be most suitable for those roles that you're recruiting for?
Yeah, so they are full-time entry level roles. So we do require someone that's, has a degree already, but of course, we're willing to speak with students from all years just to kind of, have them in the mix, and just so they're aware of McCann. But usually we're able to hire, I think, a couple of months out from graduation. So, for say, a 2022 May grad, they can reach out, March, April. But, we're always open to having those conversations earlier, and of course, keep in contact.
Wonderful. Thank you. So I'll jump into my next question, and that is, what does diversity and inclusion look like at McCann?
Definitely. So it's something that has always been really important to our business. And especially in the last few years, I think they've been taking more push. And we actually got awarded this year with Communique's 2021 Leadership Award for Action on Workforce Diversity and Inclusion, which was really exciting for us. I know our team worked really hard on that, and there's been, business leaders that really, I think, really value diversity, equity, and inclusion. So to get that reward, it's not just about, things we want to do, it's things that we've actually done. So we do have a diversity and inclusion council that collaborates with our leadership team and employees to review any existing policies we have, and then examine those and then put into effect more inclusive policies. And in 2020, we also ran a D&I survey, and we followed up on the results by creating employee focus groups. So actually meeting with them and consolidating the feedback. And currently that's still in progress, and they're going to share the recommendations that came from those employee focus groups to our leadership team. And we've also introduced career development coaching for underrepresented minorities in our business. So really trying to make sure we're offering that extra support. And just even, our diversity and inclusion initiatives really go beyond our internal team. So we're working with one of our clients right now, actually, to ensure there's more clinical trial diversity by having more representation of minorities and groups of patients, and also creating a diversity board for clinical trial diversity. So of course we want to do things internally to make our business, really meet those goals, but also, working with our clients and seeing what we can do to kind of expand our impact from, just internally.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for providing that insight. And so, we spoke about the different resource groups and workshops and different initiatives pertaining to diversity and inclusion that McCann is executing. So in light of that, why is diversity important to McCann or you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I can start off with myself. I am Latina. Have both my parents, born and raised in Mexico, and I am first generation. So it's something that's always been important to myself. And so when I was looking for companies to join, I was really excited to see that McCann, that was really something at the forefront for them, because that's something that I definitely like to incorporate into my day-to-day work and into recruitment. It's so important. And so I think just McCann really values its people. And people really are first. And so, of course, that's going to mean diversity and inclusion and equity, just making sure our current team members feel safe and comfortable and feel it is a safe workplace, but also, our incoming hires looking at stats and, what can we do to improve it? And so it's great to see that they're actually taking action and not just, kind of really looking at it as like, crossing this off the list. We did D&I for this year. It's more so it's an active, ongoing process, and they're open to new ideas. And we have a newsletter that also comes out every month about D&I, which is great, that I get to contribute to from time to time as well. So yeah, I think it's just something that is important, I think, bottom line. And so, yeah, I think that's really why McCann values it.
Wonderful. So my last question is, why have you chosen Stony Brook University as a place to address your diversity recruitment initiatives?
Definitely. I think SBU has always been on my radar, even from when I was back in school. I'm from Long Island, so obviously very familiar with Stony Brook. So when I came into McCann, it was, evaluating universities we should partner with. SBU definitely came to mind as one of the top schools, just given, I think, the student demographics from the majors to also just diversity. I did see, SBU ranks in the top 10% of overall diversity in the nation, which is amazing. And also just, a lot of science background students, medicine, that's all things that we look for. So it's kind of really the perfect combination of everything that we want in our talent. And just location, we do have offices in New York City, in Jersey, outside the Philly area. So I think, a lot of the students that go to SBU, it being a state school, kind of, fall within that range in region. So I thought it would also be good in that way. But yeah, I think it's just, Stony Brook has great students, great talent. So definitely wanted to partner with you all.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Gabby, for your time and providing insight into McCann and your diversity and inclusion initiatives. We're super excited to see you as well as other employers at the upcoming diversity event, which is happening this Friday. And once again, Gabby, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Nicole. We're really excited too.
Awesome.